good news or...
Sorry, I did everything within my power.
Wait, so that's all you've been up to this whole time? Get out of here! Huh? Okay, so good mornings aside, please tell Paimon there's been some other progress too.
Of course. Kukuku's not the only one that missed.
It was nothing. These guys weren't exactly tough nuts to crack.
So, what's the deal?
After racking their brains, they remembered speaking to an inconspicuous middle-aged. He was dressed in the manner of the Children of Echoes and carrying a box. Plus, the description matches the one the gun was found in. All in all, he didn't look any different, perhaps seeing that they were dressed as merchants. This man stopped for the smugglers were very cautious, though. But all this happened before I crossed paths. I happened to notice them as
Boss, do we know if those Fontanians will even like this stuff? What if we can't shift it?
And that's why we call you a rookie.
That's right. So stop giving the ball.
Are they merchants? Have they come to Fontaine to do business? Scarred face. On closer inspection, the fabric looks worn at the knees and could he have previously been a warrior? Something feels off. I'd better sneak up and get a closer look.
Nice thinking, boss. This tourist tub's been fast-going and smooth sailing. Plus, no one's been asking us what we're up to.
That goes without saying. Big cargo ship would have been too slow, whereas the smaller ones would have been faster but way too bumpy. If we ended up damaging the goods by accident, all these months spent grafting away would have gone up in smoke.
Seriously? But there's hardly anything here. Would it really have taken them months to prepare? And why would they need to transport it with such care? Could they be secretly smuggling precious items out of Natlan? I'll need to find a way to get to the bottom of this. Let's go hear what these criminals have to say.
What was that sound?
Sure enough, there are relics inside the box.
Boss, do we know if those Fontanians will even like this stuff? What if we can't shift it?
And that's why we call you a rookie. It's all supply and demand, kid. Supply.
That's right. So stop giving the boss trouble, rookie.
Are they merchants? Have they come to Fontaine? Scarred face. Calloused hands. On closer inspection, the fabric looks worn at the knee. Could he have previously been a warrior? Or even an adventurer? Something feels off. I'd better sneak up and get a closer look.
Nice thinking, boss. This tourist tub's been fast-going and smooth sailing. Plus, no one's been asking us what we're up to.
That goes without saying. Big cargo ship would have been too slow, whereas the if we ended up...
Seriously? But there's hardly anything here. Would it really have taken them months to prepare? And why would they need to transport it with such care? Could they be secretly smuggling precious items out of Natlan? I'll need to find a way to get to the bottom of this. go hear what these criminals have to say for themselves. Sure enough, there are relics inside the box. It's illegal to smuggle such items outside Natlia.
Hey, why the long face?
I guess you're right. I was just worried I might have messed up with the packing, or that something's gonna go wrong along the way.
Oh, pull yourself together. Tons of foreign tourists come traveling to Fontaine. I bet their luggage is full of all kinds of weird stuff. If someone insists on checking it all, just show them the purchase order we had drawn up. Those Fontainians can't get enough of their legalese, so I've heard. They can look all they want.
Aha. So their aim is to smuggle in contraband after all. Looks like I've gathered enough intel about the smugglers and their contraband. Time to inform port security. So anyway, that was when I went and told the Fontainian guards about my suspicions. After an investigation and a chase, they finally apprehended them and sent them on their way.
Well, guess they're headed exactly where they should be.
Thanks.
Based on your recollections just now.
Yeah, Kanish, you did.
In other words, the person who brought the gun here, the one who lost it, has no connection to the...
Oh, dear.
Sounds like Mr. Kukuku wants to...
He said this elusive individual's...
It's a good observation, I quite agree. However, we still...
It certainly seems like it was the bait in some kind of trap. The only question is, why wasn't the bait made more conspicuous?
Has something sprung to mind?
I just remembered a film I watched this one time.
Huh? Oh, wow!
Hold on, let me... Just now, the traveler speculated that when they demand their ransom, the kidnappers tell...
That doesn't merely happen in films. In fact, if anything, it's
Sounds plausible.
Ooh. Wait. If the gun really was some... Does that mean they...
I agree. I know selling off stolen goods is extra work. Could we be dealing with a kidnapper who's... And speaking of selling...
So, bottom line, this was an individual smuggle.
Exactly. And it was the location itself that caused the deal to fall through. The last thing they would have expected was for a quiet beach. Not only is the area now packed with tourists, but the Spina di Rasula have a presence there.
That sounds like a plausible theory.
Looks like your people better start...
How so?
Easy. Just follow the more routine we make it... And timing-wise, all we need now is a lucky...
Ah, so that's what you meant. In that case, I may as well write it myself. Delegating this to someone else would...
Or are you just not used to asking others to work?
Is that really a major concern here?
Well, looks like...
You could always wait here.
Thanks, but no thanks. I left a very noisy creature with a friend before heading out.
Ah, I wasn't aware that you had a pet, Mr. Kanich. Speaking of pets...
Get out of here!
Yep, that's the plan. Out of here indeed.
I believe that what Wriothesley is trying to say is... Furthermore, it has been determined that Mr. Kukuku should not, in fact, be
You're the best, bro! Oh, that really is good news! Travelers, should we bring Kukuku back to Aoife and Auroran?
I shall leave him in your capable hands. Indeed.
What now?
Let's shake hands.
Fine by me.
Ugh.
Oh, nice dodge.
Did you miss me, bro?
Cuckoo, you're free!
Not you again.
Hey, other granny. And hey, Paimon and Kanich. It's good to see.
Get it away! Get it away from me! Nice to meet you, bro. Who are you calling bro? Say that again.
If you've got the energy to argue this much, you're clear. Let's go find something to eat while a How lives his best life.
Poor How. He spent all day being tormented by Auroron, only to discover that the suffering's just begun.
Eva.
Huh? How am I the bad guy?
Even hear yourself? Ah! Doesn't anyone want to hear how
Don't lose hope by the same stand.
same stand?
That's right. You won't. As far as I understand, the Palais Mermo-
Where's that Saurian meat restaurant again? Also, there's no
Anyway, thanks for looking after a How, guys. I'll take over from-
Why you? Between the two, Kakuku wins the cuteness competition. Ah, really? Wait, who are the other The lost and found notice is up! Maybe we should go hang around. Take me up! Huh, looks like there were quite a few others with the same idea.
Hello.
Have there been any development? Okay, guess not. Well, the notice was only just posted.
Special Patrol, open up!
Ah! Who's there? What's going... The special patrol...
I don't think that's who this is.
Hey, this isn't the time for silly jokes!
Good day, all.
What? In the...
Oh, he must be...
One of his owners. But... Bro, what are you doing here?
I'm here to claim a lost item.
Is this the person you saw on the boat?
Somehow For starters, he just addressed us as Gramps and Grannies. And unless this is the youngest looking middle-aged man...
Huh. Was there something wrong with my door-knocking etiquette?
That's not door-knocking etiquette. That's the special security...
Oh, sorry about that. I totally goofed that one up. Give me a moment. I'll go back out and...
So, Roron, you said you were here to claim a lost item. What did you lose?
Yeah, so...
For real now? Oh, come on, bro. Auroron, be honest now. Were you the one who lost this?
No,
So it...
Of course. All right then. So, here's what went down. This morning, Eve and I were playing rock, paper, scissors. Before long, he'd lost, as he. When we got near the plaza, a man suddenly stopped us to ask for help. He said that he had lost something and that someone had found it and sent it over to the Palais Mermonia. But apparently he used to work.
You didn't manage to keep that pretense up for long.
It's fine. Yes, at least I assume so. We were about to refuse.
Could it have been a disguise?
Oh no. Auroron. Paimon thinks he... Oh, maybe he already took off and escaped as soon as your mission went
No way. I'm not that dumb.
Huh?
He's not going anywhere. Ethan...
Keeping an eye on him. I like the sound of...
In that case, let's hurry over to where Ethan... Time to catch that
Wait a minute, I have a question first. Traveler, Paimon.
Oh, we're basically household names. But why do you ask?
Would that be a problem?
Remember when I said that the seller might be watching?
If so, then picking Auroron to do their dirty work.
It suggests that there are plenty of unanswered questions, but standing around however, I still suggest that the famous faces among us, meaning the Traveler and Kinich, oh, and of course, we'll empty the box, give it to Auroron, and then he can claim the item as I'll follow to check if anyone is watching. I doubt anyone would recognize me anyway, so I shouldn't draw too much attention.
I think this plan is worth a try.
So, I have to go undercover again, right?
Well, not exactly undercover. Just drop the special patrol persona and be yourself instead.
Roger that. Over and out.
No sign of any suspicious individuals around here. Auroron has entered the elevator as planned. I'll head over to the plaza now. Auroron's taking the elevator. I should take a different route to the plaza. Nothing suspicious going on here either. Strange.
Oh dear! Oh dear!
Stop with the pecking! Stop! Please, sir, I'm begging you, do me a favor and...
The heck are you on about?
Sorry, but he's not my pet. And I should warn you, he's not too happy with how you...
What the... This thing has a job?
Uh-oh. Kukuku's not too big on being called a thing either. You're on your...
I'm sorry! Please, Mr. Kukuku.
All right, Kukuku. That'll do for now. Let me ask him some questions first.
Sure thing, bro!
Auroron actually looks pretty serious this time. Was he just pretending to be clueless earlier? Interesting. Think I'll sit back and see how this plays out.
You actually got it? Wow, didn't think it would be that easy.
Ah, excellent! Looks like sending you was the right approach after all.
After all?
I mean, because the staff at the Palais Mermonia don't recognize you.
So I got it. But I don't remember promising I'd
Huh?
This thing's pretty cool.
Please don't do this, my good sir. My master.
His life hangs in the balance?
If this means so much to you,
Are you trying to get him to say my life?
how'd you know that?
Because I watched that film with you. You should drop the act. We don't want a real misunderstanding.
You're probably right. But honestly, I don't know what else to say. Sorry, this is the most myself I can be. Is that enough?
Enough. More than enough.
Who's this dude?
Just think of me as a staff member from the Palais Mermonia. Now, if you don't mind, I have some questions for this gentleman about that life or death treasure you were just discussing. Truthfully,
Oh no,
what's that supposed to mean?
no, I mean, yes,
I could do that. But I'd rather you just tell.
I suppose I only have myself to blame. I'm a collector of antiques. As for the seller of this particular item, we've had some prior dealings, but always under the cover as long as I took care to hide a time and place. Normally, everything goes off without a hit. That was not what we'd agreed, he replied. And do you know what he said?
Well, he wasn't lying.
He insisted that it would be Of course it wasn't the discount that swung it.
Feeling
Feeling smart now, are we?
No, please go easy on me.
Go on.
Where was I? Well, anyway, I thought to myself, and by a stroke of complete and utter coincidence, I just so happened. I'm so very sorry. I
need you to clear something up for me. You haven't paid the seller yet, correct? And yet,
Well, to be honest, besides, this is a guy who managed to.
fair. That makes sense. So, Mr.
Please, just call me Argento.
All right, Mr. Argento. Listen very carefully to what I'm about to say. It will determine how much of the rest of your life you'll be spending beneath the waves.
What does he mean? Is he gonna drown him just like they do in those gangster films? Oh, I get it. He's talking about that place at the bottom of the Fontanian Sea.
Shh, can it?
Owing to your suspected involvement in the illicit trade of Natlanese relics, you're now one of the suspects in an international smuggling case. A trip to the Opera Epiclese seems unavoidable at this stage.
Okay. Do I really? Please tell me what to do.
It's very simple. Just reach out to your seller in the same way as usual, If we can catch the other party by doing this, you'll have gone some way toward.
Oh, I see. I understand. You shall have my full and unadulterated cooperation.
Good. Don't break the law, and don't even think about making a run for it. The Palais Mermonia will be watching you, All right, take the box, but leave your ID and other documents behind. You can go now. As for you two, protocol dictates that I should take you both back to the Palais and have you...
Such a hassle, bro!
See? Mr. Kakuku knows exactly where I'm coming from. So, I was thinking, since you...
I understand, sir. We got dragged into this by accident, and it has diddly squat to do with us. And out of respect for the traveler, we won't say another word.
Oh, I know this part. We better keep our mouths shut or we'll both be sleeping with the fishes in the tailor-made pair of cement shoes. In that case, I understand completely.
Not exactly what I was going for, but if that's how you want to understand it, then be my guest. Then it's settled. Thanks for your help. Boy, am I glad that's over. That's enough work for one day.
Judging by your expression, it must be good news, huh?
It went smoothly, on the whole.
So basically, we hold off until our...
Patience will be key.
I get that. It's like hunting. I'm just not sure the other...
Well, if he didn't need the money, or on top of that, although he hasn't shown his face yet, so, if you ask me, he seems like someone who cares a lot about his image and has a somewhat high opinion of himself, but lacks any real ability. I almost get the feeling that if he misses out on this opportunity, he won't have any other way of making money. His every move is like a spin of the roulette wheel. Or, maybe he'll cut his losses and at least Natlan will get the stolen relic back.
In that case, let's hope his arrogance stays in...
Everyone, I have just briefed the Morishose Phantom on the situation. When that time comes, we will be relying on your help.
We'll be waiting for the good news.
Traveler, it's ready to join the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland crew? It's time, dear. As I mentioned, the park of course, enthusiasts aren't typically all around. We, for our part...
Long-term operations? Strategy? We spend most of our time adventuring and we barely have any experience.
That's more like it. You've seen it all before. Anyway, first things first. Let's get an overview of how the whole festival... As you can see, the spin is that's why I chose. So, as we... which will...
So, which means we kinda like... Paimon thinks she just about gets it. How do you feel about it, Trap? Yep, come on, we can do... You mentioned standardized strategy.
Of course. If we're not careful, some and others might pick up danger. To avoid confusion, we need to create a standard...
Wow, but if we hit a tough spot, we'll just have to rely on our...
hopefully it goes without saying that I also wanted you to experience...
Oh, those are two...
Great! Well, I can't wait to hear what you think. You're... All right, then. Let's start with a... Both of you seem even more...
Paimon hasn't actually watched that many films, but after trying it out, she might just be hooked. We should check out the film that it's based on.
Great job, Paimon. That's exactly... They'd be beyond delighted to hear that visitors are... Some have even...
Out of their own pocket?
That's right. The cost of the booth itself isn't their main expense. Some of them have already started designing spin-off products inspired by film characters. Take our official mascot, Sir Intendant Chevalmoran, for instance. She won second place in the last most popular character poll for the comic film category, and was even dubbed. Many people have expressed interest in designing cushions based on her image. Using the highest... These cushions will officially go on sale at the next convention alongside lots of similar products. Sounds irresistible. After all, the more Mora and... Still, the same logic applies to the Once we finish the standardized strategy guides, there's plenty of work there's a recruitment section. Once assigned, the staff...
Wait, so we've suddenly gone from being playtesters to heads of human resources? That's definitely a first for us. Just don't hold everyone... All right, time to review some...
When reviewing
Looks like this particular employee is really getting into their role.
In any case, with this, running a theme park is a long-term project. We're just about done with our current... Well, the numbers might... Building on this momentum, we must consider rolling to draw in the crowds. I've invited one of Fontaine's very own celebrity chefs, my good friend Escoffier. She'll be performing right here in the amusement...
So, is the restaurant part of our business strategy too?
The restaurant is up to standard, and the waterside location will make for a unique dining experience. Ingredients, check. Cooking utensils.
Hey there, Escoffier.
Oh, my employers are here. The president of the Spina di Rasula, plus the...
I'd say that if anyone here...
Let's get back to business. I'm guessing you want the traveler to help me decide the theme dish for each...
This is the business strategy I mentioned, but this isn't just about attracting Just imagine, Paimon, if all you need...
Now, here's the twist. To get the most out of this based on research by a certain... So give me some inspiration every few bits. Now then, give me your hand. A warm... Your hands are calloused from wielding your sword, but still quite delicate. When you grasp its hilt, it's like you're... A sword, then. The theme this time shall be strength. All right, let's find out what strength looks like in gastro... I've refined the sauce for these barbecue. The mint extract in the seasoning leaves a refreshing. But if you ask me,
The artist?
as I'm sure you've noticed, this park isn't quite finished. A serving of these as their bosses, you have an obligation to provide meals for them. So, who knows? The morale boost might even improve their productivity.
Oh? If I recall correct, for several days after, the workers were all incredibly efficient. They'd finish 8 hours of work.
Then there's no time to lose.
That's a great idea! You really live up. Looks like these themed dishes are gonna make. The artisans are pumped and ready to roll thanks to that themed dish.
And perfect timing, too. Let's take this chance to take the facilities of our eclectic
We should be able to attract.
That's right. An attraction what? Whew. That should be everything.
Huh? Have we really? Thinking about it, we have learned quite a lot, haven't we?
Oh, not at all. I imagine long-term operations sounded like a scare, but don't let that scare you. Just break things down.
Whoa, seeing your own progress is. From here on out, we'll be running the Chevron